Lahat ng balota na imprenta na rin? Is that correct? We call on Mr. Alex Ramos.
It's an inside report lang, ma'am. So we are still really in a quandary what's happening inside.
So ano nangyayari sa NPO? Can we ask the COMELEC please? Mukhang may himala at halos tapos na raw lahat ng balota pero walang nakakakita dahil walang pinapapasok. Tama ba yun?
Madam Chair.
Yes, please. Who's that? It's Director Helen.
Flores po, opo. Madam Chair, the percentage of printed ballots as of now is 66.4. It's not true that 64.44 million ballots as indicated in the chat.
Regardless, the majority of the ballots, Director Helen, with all due respect, have already been printed without any knowledge or witnesses from the political parties, the NGOs, and the general public. Bawal yon.
Madam Chair,
Yes, please.
may I please also cite that out of the 66.4% printed ballots, because there is another process which is called verification. Verification is still also ongoing, Madam Chair, at 47% right now. And ballots exited is at 42%, Madam Chair. So there is still a big percentage that has yet
Yes,
to
but
be
Director,
verified.
42% have exited. What does it mean? Na-deliver na yan?
They have already been turned over to the Packing and Shipping Committee, Your Honor.
All of this in deep, dark secrecy? Ganun ba yun?
Madam Chair, sorry about that, but there were plans to, in fact, when Chairman Abbas was the chairperson of the printing committee,
There's no need
there
to
were
say
plans
sorry to
live
me.
stream.
It's the law we're violating here.
Sorry po, there is actually a plan to live stream the process, Madam Chair. It is in the works. However,
Yeah, if it's in the works, you know, you just set it up really quickly. But 64%, 66.4%, natapos ninyo, hindi ninyo pwedeng tutukan ng cellphone tsaka computer. Pambira naman yata yan.
Madam Chair, please, I will relay everything to our chairperson, Madam Chair. All of the comments and what have been discussed in this hearing will be relayed to our chairperson, Madam Chair.
Senator Coco, pwede ba yung ganun? Paano ba yan?
Mahirap kasi ang eleksyon mismo, hindi man pwede i-live stream din eh. kailangan there are really, the nature of the activity kasi is, it should be, it's highly political. Siyempre, people are interested. So, dapat open talaga. So, sayang, yung mga in the works, mga ganun, at 60% na of the printing done, and then we're still probably bidding for the CCTV camera, yun ang problema. So, kasi from the very start po sana, aware na po yung COMELEC of the sensitivity of the activities, that people really need to be, to have access. Whether interested parties like candidates or those interested in our democratic processes. May mga taong ganun eh, non-partisan but they are interested in our democratic processes and procedures. So sayang, I mean, how long has COMELEC been in existence, Madam Chair? May mga na yata, half a century na rin, alam na dapat nila.
COMSEC, please. Is there anyone from COMELEC we can talk to here? Naku po, hindi pa nag-eleksyon, malayo-layo pa, wala na yung COMELEC.
Jeannie's already on screen, ma'am.
Yes, Director who?
Director Jeannie Flororita po.
Yes, but Director Jeannie's been on screen forever. I just can't hear a word. Yes, Director Florida. Kanina ka pa, pero hindi kita marinig. Nakamute ka ba?
Hear me.
Yes, Director, please. Yes, Director Florida. Yes. Jeannie, yes, Jeannie, please, you're recognized by the chair.
Genie naman.
Oh, patay tayo nito. Yung Comelec ICT, layo-layo pa ng May 9, kaput na. Bigla kami nervyos. Naku, Senator Coco, paano ba to? I believe that the presence of any witnesses at all have been prohibited. Is that correct?
That's correct, ma'am. We have an official letter from the office of Commissioner Casquejo.
Yes, if you would therefore provide the committee with the same letter, and I will forward it with a request for an explanation to Comelec.
Yes, Madam Chair. I will forward.
Okay, thanks very much. Is that, I'm sorry, please identify yourself. I think you're raising your hand, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes, sino nga
This
yan?
is Helen Aguila
okay,
Flores,
Helen.
Madam Chair. And I happen to be the Vice Chairperson of the Printing Committee.
Okay.
May I please be allowed to say something regarding the issue?
Yes, Director Flores is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. While it may be true that our chairperson of the Printing Committee, Commissioner Casquejo, has temporarily requested that observation be postponed, it is not true that there is a definite denial of request to observe the printing process, Your Honor. I
Okay.
think that from what he said during one of our meetings, Your Honor, it will be allowed in due time, Your Honor.
In due time, pag natapos na yung printing, patay.
Hindi po, Your Honor. Hindi po.
In
I
any
know
case-
because we have discussed regarding that, Your Honor. It's just that during the time that this request came, the alert level at that time was still, I think, number 2, if I'm not mistaken. But with the recent development, I think the response of the committee will soon be adjusted, Madam Chair.
Is that sufficient, Alex, please?
No, the reason here is security. As far as the response of the office of Com Casquejo, there is an observation room that is confined. It's not even interactive to anyone. So we cannot find the reason why there is a security issue. Maski medical issue, because it's a closed, very enclosed observer's room that we have been using since 2016. And we cannot find the reason, the security issues or medical issues on that matter.
Tsaka, Madam Chair,
Yes, Senator Coco, please.
ganito yun eh. No matter what the alert level is, no matter what the pandemic
Hindi pwede yun.
situation is, for as long as COMELEC is undergoing election-related activities, then should allow witnesses. Ganun po yun eh. That is the nature of the of the activity. The people must be allowed. So do not use the pandemic as the reason and then tuloy yung COMELEC activity, which should be open to the people for transparency's sake. Ganun po yun. So ganun po ang pag-argue ko ron. So
Yes.
COMELEC, please do not use alert level, because kahit na strictest alert level and yet you are able to print ballots, you allow witnesses.
So, correct. I'm in full agreement with Senator Coco. Kung talagang napakahigpit ng alert level, sabihin natin 2 or 3, di sana nahinto pati yung printing. Totally tapos. Diba? Pero hindi pwedeng tuloy-tuloy kayo, pero hindi kayo nagpapapasok ng tao, pambirang buhay yan. Somebody's raising their hand. I'm not certain who it is. Yes, Attorney Hubert, please.
Madam Chair, since 2016, we've been allowed to observe not only the printing of the ballots, even in the configuration of the SD cards in Santa Rosa warehouse.
I understand that no one's allowed to go to Santa Rosa either. What's going on?
Exactly, Madam Chair, so which is very concerning for all of us. He bought Lim madaling mapakiusapan at he allowed every observer to be present. But all of a sudden, merong pagsisikip or
Was that also in written form? Did you also get a letter prohibiting the entry to Santa Rosa? Naku, Senator Coco, that's a very important part of the electoral. So, Attorney Hubert, did you get a letter also?
Basta what used to be done transparently and before the eyes of witnesses should continue to be done transparently and under the eyes of witnesses, no matter the pandemic situation. We cannot use the pandemic as the reason to change rules, especially with regarding sensitive activities which should be witnessed by observers. So, narinig naman siguro ng COMELEC ko yun. Maybe a formal letter from the committee rin. I so move that we also bring this up formally with Commissioner Casquejo.
Yes.
So that he can review his the rules that he has issued, Madam Chair. Yun lang po yung basta ganito. Lalo na ngayong panahon, wala na siguro live with COVID na, Madam Chair.
Kaya nga wala nang zero COVID.
Kahit alert level, ito for the record, sasabihin ko, kahit alert level 10, kung meron mang ganun and yet COMELEC continues to print something, to encode something which should be witnessed, therefore they allow witnesses, kahit anong alert level. Yan lang po yung aking position, Madam Chair.
Yes, I'm in full agreement. Attorney Ivan, I believe, or kanina, Director Florarita, parang you were raising your hand. Is that correct? Director Florarita muna, pagbigyan natin yung COMELEC.
Madam Chair, it's not true po na hindi papakita ang warehouse because we have scheduled, and during the CAC meeting din po, last Monday, it was announced.
Dalawa na yung pinagbabawalan yung tropa ni na Alex Ramos at si Attorney Guevara. Pare-pareho silang hindi pinapapasok
Because po, we are securing yung warehouse because ang configuration is there. Ang mga security guard po will not allow you to enter if you don't have an approval before entering the area. Pero we have a schedule po.
Pero bago to Director Florita, bago itong nangyayari. Dati naman labas-pasok
Even before po, we have a security protocol that you cannot enter if your name is not in the list.
Attorney Hubert, would you like to comment? Alex, I think you've had requests as early as last year because we've had hearings on this. Parang nag-request na sila at magpa-accredit sila nung pa
Madam Chair, may I be heard? This is Myla Villanueva, PPCRV.
Yes, all right. COMELEC, are you done? Sorry,
Yes,
let her finish, please.
I want to mention po that we have a schedule of walkthrough sa warehouse on March 14.
Pero walkthrough yun. That's not the legal requirement of witnesses present in all significant electoral processes.
But they can witness naman po the
They're not witnessing, it's just a walkthrough. Magde-demo lang kayo
No, it's another activity po. On March 22 naman, it's an end-to-end demonstration of the BCN and CC.
Oh, sige. I have a third complainant here. I believe it's PPCRB. Ms. Myla Villanueva, please. Kanina pa.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to support Ma'am Jeannie that there is a walkthrough. However, this is very different from the request of all the observers. We were allowed easy access in the past. Now, we do understand there's a pandemic, but we have been constantly writing. And while there is a pandemic, we also requested that live streaming be done. It's very easy to set up a camera to allow everyone in the nation to see the floor at a distance if it was a pandemic issue. But like you have said, it's already level 1, and we constantly request to be allowed inside the NPO in Santa Rosa. Aside from the walkthrough, if that can be granted, we will be very grateful. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, PPCRB. Tama yun kasi ang gusto natin, daily observation ng NPO, ng Santa Rosa SD configuration. Hindi naman pwede isang walkthrough, demo-demo lang isang araw. Kailangan nakatutok. Live streaming is a very good